Few characters in Dragon Ball Z made as striking a debut as future Trunks. With his signature purple hair, stoic attitude, capsule corp jacket, and a sword that sliced through Frieza like butter, he instantly became a fan favorite. From the moment he stepped out of that time machine, he felt like a game changer, someone who could rival even Goku and Vegeta. And yet, decades later, fans are still puzzled by one thing: his power level never quite adds up. On the surface, future Trunks should be among the most powerful Saiyans in the franchise. His genetics, motivation, and extreme upbringing all point toward overwhelming potential. But instead of tracking upward like Goku or Vegeta, Trunks' growth has always felt inconsistent, with strange setbacks and uneven leaps. While some blame his lack of training or screen time, the truth runs deeper, and it's not just about numbers. Why Trunks should be stronger than he is. Scion biology plays a massive role in how characters evolve in the Dragon Ball universe. S cells, first explained in Dragon Ball Super, determine a Scion's potential to become a Super Saiyan. The more S cells a Scion has, the easier it is to unlock higher transformations. These cells increase with combat experience and can be inherited, meaning children of Super Saions start with a massive genetic advantage. That's why characters like Kid Trunks and Goten turned Super Saiyan at such young ages. They inherited their father's advancements. Technically, future Trunks should have had the same edge. Vegeta likely achieved Super Saiyan status around or before Trunks' conception in the alternate timeline, giving his son the genetic potential to become strong early on. But unlike his younger counterpart, future Trunks didn't unlock the form until well into adolescence, and even then, he was far behind his main timeline peers. Add to that the absence of a tail, a Scion feature linked to transformation and power boosts, and it becomes even more confusing. Some theories suggest tailless Scions represent a more evolved form, capable of reaching greater heights without the need for Owozaru or primal power surges. If that's true, future Trunks had every physical advantage going for him. So, why didn't he transform sooner or surpass others faster? The post-apocalyptic paradox. Trunks' timeline is nothing short of a nightmare. Androids 17 and 18 decimate Earth's population, leaving the world in ruin. Goku dies of heart disease. The rest of Earth's defenders, including Gohan, are wiped out. It's a dystopia that leaves Trunks with little more than Bulma and desperation. In theory, it's the perfect Scion incubator. Stress, loss, and survival are the very conditions that typically trigger rapid Scion growth. Goku had them. Vegeta had them. Even Gohan had them during the Cell Games. But Trunks' progress is slow. He becomes a Super Saiyan only after witnessing Gohan's death, far later than expected. And even after becoming Earth's last hope, his rise to Super Saiyan 2 takes years. In contrast, Gohan hit Super Saiyan 2 under pressure at just 11 years old. Trunks had no such moment, no rapid burst that catapulted him to God-tier strength. Despite living in a hellscape, Trunks didn't get the same boosts, and it's unclear why. Was it lack of training partners? Absence of divine mentors? Emotional trauma? Or is it that the narrative simply didn't allow him to evolve at the same rate? Redemption in Dragon Ball Super. By the time Dragon Ball Super revisits future Trunks in the Goku Black Saga, he finally seems to be catching up. His new form, often dubbed Super Saiyan Rage, isn't well explained but gives him the power to stand toe-to-toe with Goku Black and Zamasu. He even lands the finishing blow in a climactic battle that shows just how far he's come. However, Trunks still can't hold his own against gods or angels like Goku, Vegeta, or even Frieza in his resurrected golden form. He's a mid-tier powerhouse in a universe that now includes god-level transformations and multiverse tournament combatants. Still, his victory over Zamasu proves he can adapt and improve. More importantly, it shows he has the heart of a true Scion. Trunks isn't motivated by pride or glory. He fights to protect what remains of his broken world. That kind of resolve can't be measured in numbers. Why future Trunks is still one of the best Scions. Trunks' strength might not always align with expectations, but his character has always outshined his inconsistencies. He didn't grow up with training partners, Scion mentors, or divine guidance. He grew up surrounded by death, carrying the burden of an entire civilization. And when the time came, he didn't hesitate to travel through time, risk his life, and fight alongside warriors he barely knew. While other scions thrive in competition, Trunks fights for survival. That emotional weight has always been his greatest strength, even if it doesn't always show up in his power stats. Final thoughts. The power level problem is a narrative one. Trunks' strange power level isn't a flaw in the lore, it's a byproduct of inconsistent storytelling. Dragon Ball often bends its own rules for the sake of spectacle, and characters like Trunks suffer most from those fluctuations. But when judged by heart, willpower, and sacrifice, future Trunks stands tall among the franchise's elite. If the Dragon Ball story ever allows him to keep training, perhaps under Whis or alongside Broly, there's still time for Trunks to ascend even further. For now, his legacy remains untouchable, not because of his power level, but because of what he represents: hope in a world that had none.